Okay, welcome. So welcome to our first tutorial on the lighting system in F2. So we use an app called DPro, which you can see on your screen. So before we do anything, you want to see who you're talking to, because that's a good idea, right? But hey, we have a problem. We can't see me because there's no light. So what we shall do is turn on a moving head preset, and I'll use a T-bar to fade across so you can sort of see a faded version of me on the screen and half version of the software. So, and we have this preset here called the Ops Mover Spot. Click, and hey, there we go. So it's here, Mr. McRob, in the dark, as I often am. Hello. And let's learn about DPro. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so DPro is accessed by, don't worry about this stuff, this one here called DPro Player. This is basically all you need to know, all right, to get started. This does most things we want it to do. Okay, DPro Player, it's here. So we can double click that here, and I'm doing a different way, going through DPro and going through opening up Show Control. Essentially, it's the same thing, but all you need 95% of the time is the DPro Player. So double click that. I'm going to be fancy and not. Do I want to do that? Yeah, sure. I'll close it. Show Control opens up. Great. Now I want to turn on my Ops Mover Spot so I can see myself. Great. And now we're ready to go. Okay, so let's just do a quick little dive into DPro. So I'm going to switch to my camera to this shot. You're thinking, well, it's total darkness. Well, it's not. Just that obviously our stage is totally dark because there's no light on it. So I'm going to go a half and half shot of the screen and the stage. So on the left here, we've got these sort of maroon, orangey colors, which are washes. So let's click some of those. Okay, so now we can see these. I'm just clicking all these down here like that. I'm getting these what we call wash lights. Okay, I'll get rid of the fade so you can fully see the stage right now. Okay, so this is called a wash. Now what a wash is just a whole area of light, so you can see wide areas. Okay, there's a few different shades. That's warm white, that's very warm white, that's a cool wash, that's a sunny wash. There's a few other ones here. Okay. So I'm just clicking all the different washes that we have available to us in the DPro Player or the DPro Show Control. Very easy, right? And that might be all you ever need to do. Done. Okay. Cool. So now on the right of that, with these green ones, we have the side lights. So we have white here. And we can kind of just go through all of these. Okay, I'll get rid of the fade. I'll just show you. So I'll turn off the front wash that we just looked at. So this is just side lights. Okay, so lighting that comes from the side. Now if I zoom this camera out a little bit, you can start to see, move over a little bit, whoops. There we go. We can start to see those two lights in the top left-hand corner and the top right-hand corner of the stage. These are the side lights. That's what's creating this look. Now, if you notice there's a ginormous sloth in the middle of our stage. You're thinking, why is that there for? Well, he helps us focus the lights when there's no one around to, stand there and help us get it right. So if I zoom in on Lighting Sloth, yes, he has a name. I don't know why it's a he, but it is, and you're just going to have to deal with that. So I'll zoom in on him. And there we go. And you can see he's sort of there's a sort of a shadow down the middle of his face. And that can be quite a cool look. Okay. If I choose some other colors, it can be, you can split the color like that. So we have left is amber, right is blue. Fully blue, yellow, he's blue and red. It can do some really cool stuff. Okay. So that's it there, and I'll go back to my thingy. Yeah, sorry, just got a call, but I'm going to keep recording. So that's side lights. All right, let's turn off the side lights. So I would just go back to D-Pro, turn it off so I can press the blackout. The ones at the bottom are always blackout, so it turns it off. And it's also probably not too late for you to learn about this button. So this button here, press it, it turns everything, so it resets the entire output of D-Pro, okay? Which I don't want to do right now because there's a moving spot on me, which is sometimes useful. But you know what, I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, everything goes totally dark. Okay, so I'm going to press a backlight now. So when I switch back to the camera, there we go. So light's just from the back of the room, which we can see if I pan across a little bit. Cool, so we can see that's entirely backlit. Now backlights can be really cool. Moody, dramatic looking lights. Okay. Okay, so I'm just clicking through there. I'll just T-bar across so you can see what I'm doing and how it's affecting the stage. So I'm just clicking up these. These are all backlights. Cool, easy. Now do the black, I'm sorry, I pressed the wrong button entirely there. So these are the backlights, that's what I meant to do. Cool. I've done a few animations and things there as well, which can look quite cool. So that's an animation I did there. Here's a more energetic one. It's a simpler one that's just one blue, one green. That's green, then blue. That's red, then blue. That's a light we call magma. And here's a fun, high energy, energetic one. All right, and I'll press the blackout to go back to darkness. All right, cool. Now finally, not finally, but next one I'm going to do is this one here called the drape color. So I press this one, and the drape at the back of the stage will be white. So I'll go back to that. I'll just go all the way across, and I'm just going to hit pause on the recording. Okay, so back to drape lights. So as you can see here, we've got a white drape and there's red drape and so on and so forth. So that's we call it color bar, and it just lights the back. Now as you can see, if you look really closely, it's got zones. I'll zoom in a bit faster. All right, so 3 different zones here. Each one has 4 LEDs. I should have 4 LEDs. I don't know why the camera's not seeing 4, but there is. You just have to take my word on it. And it does lots of different things. So I'm just pressing through a few presets here. So hopefully you can see the 3 zones at work now. Yeah, so there's 4 LEDs on the right, 4 LEDs in the middle, 4 at the back. So it gives the room a bit of dimension. Okay, so I'll come back to my preset here. So it can be pretty moody. Just on its own, it's pretty dark and spooky. Now if we add in, and I'll just do a crossbar, just see the software a little bit. For example, add in some, I don't know, backlight. Certainly we can see, even though the lights are behind our subject, you can still see them really well. Okay, then we add in some side lights and there's a lot going in. And then of course we can add the front light as well. Okay, so now let's say we're pretty happy with what we've done and we want to make a full finished look. So we really like this, we want to save it. Well, you're in luck because we can. So let's go across to, all the way across to the show control here, or D-Pro player. Let's say we like it. So we might want to go to a free folder like this one here. And all we do is click it, one click. We name it. I've got to name it. You can see here I'm recording the screen with the camera, which is terrible. Cool Scene 1, and then enter. And it's very easy then to simply recall that scene whenever we want to. All right, so I'll just T-bar across again. I can, if I might be on a different scene, for example. Here's a totally different scene. Here's another totally, nope, it's not much fun. Wow, that's a different scene, but sure. So the one we just did was in snapshot 6. Okay, cool scene 1, you got 1 click and back to where we were, which is cool. Okay, so that's how easy it is to save your scene. So you can see here some other classes here. I might just go all the way across. Other classes here have made melodrama scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4, scene like that. So if you're doing a drama play, for example, you can create each specific lighting scene that you want. Sorry, someone's texting me and I'm not going to stop recording, I'm going to keep going. All right, cool. So that's all we need. So on the left here is front lights. The green ones here, number 2, are side lights. The blue ones are back lights, and these orange ones, maroon ones, are drape lights. And you can mix and match and create your own scene by using these guys. Okay, lots of fun to be had here. Okay, so that's the basics of using DPro in F2. And that's probably all you'll ever need to do. Now obviously there is a lot more that we can do. You've noticed there's all these ones over here. We might as well look at those quickly. So these are spots. So I'll show you what they do. I'll just T-bar across. No, I'm already T-barred. Yeah. So just watch what I do here. So I'll turn on the center spot, and can we even see what's going on there? Anyway. Cut. There we go. All right, cool. You might be able to see that I'm putting a spotlight on lighting sloth here. Okay. I'm just going to turn the drapes and the other stuff off. I might just turn everything off. Let's just do that. All right, so that's just with the spotlight on lighting sloth. Now there's another light here, stage left. That needs a bit of a focus, but that's there. There's a backlight. Backlights look cool. Check this out. Whoa. That looks really creepy. Okay, but can look really spectacular, done right. Okay. We have a presentation light over here that we used the other night. I call this one the drummer spot. This is often where we put the drum kit. Makes the drummer look really cool. There's a button that just does white front lights. And there's one that does the dance wash, which you're not really going to see too much. That's all right. And there's another one for the mirror ball to make that spin. All right. So lots of fun to be had with those. All right. And our next video, we're going to look at using the moving headlights and a few other things in show control. I hope that was fun, and make sure you have some fun with it and have a play. Off you go.